Many people know Italy for its pizza, pasta, art, culture, and many other things. But one of the most attractive things about Italy is the beautiful routes where you can travel and see the architecture of the different cities. Imagine you're driving your Mustang with one hand on the steering wheel and one hand in the hand of your partner. The wind blowing, the air flowing through your hair, and your scarf floating through the air as you drive through Rome's winding streets and Tuscany's rolling hills. But Italy isn't just about the sights and flavors. It's about the people. You'll meet locals who love to talk about their heritage. You can learn about their traditions and customs that have been passed down through the generations. So keeping this in mind, in today's video, we're going to show you the 5 most beautiful Italian routes where you can drive and explore Italy's magic. Also, before starting this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It's free, and you also get the bonus bell icon, which you can press to get early video updates. Now, let's get straight to number 1, the Tuscan Tour. Taking in 2 of Italy's great medieval cities, the wine treasures of Chianti and scenes of the classic Tuscan countryside, you can make your way from Florence to Orvieto in the neighboring region of Umbria in just 2 days. Enjoy the fine art and Renaissance architecture of Florence, which will whet your appetite for the road ahead, before going south to the Chianti wine region in order to satisfy your thirst for fresh wine. During your time in Greve, be sure to stop by the Enoteca Falorni, which offers tastings of its historic wines, and L'Antica Mozzarella Sancini in Panzano, where you can sample the region's famous bisteccia, steak. There are many back roads leading from here to Siena, an awe-inspiring medieval city whose landmarks include an awe-inspiring Duomo as well as the famous Piazza del Campo, a large space dating back in the 12th century. It is recommended that you consider staying at the Pensione Palazzo Ravizza as one of your overnight options here. And the next morning, you will have the opportunity to go wine tasting in Montalcino, where one of Italy's most revered red wines, Brunello di Montalcino, can be found. It is only a short drive to the east to reach the Val d'Orcia, which is home to green hills, cypress trees, and picturesque hilltop towns, which provide quintessential Tuscan landscapes. I would highly suggest you to have lunch in Pienza, and then continue through Montepulciano to Oviedo, a hilltop town famous for its Gothic cathedral that stands out against the hills. If you want to learn more about the region in depth, consider adding an extra overnight stay to your itinerary. Anyway, coming to number 2, Southeastern Sicily. A 2-day trip through Sicily's rugged southeast will allow you to discover the UNESCO-listed Baroque treasures that can be found there. The first thing you should do is to take a stroll through Catania's grandiose historic center and explore its famous fish market. The following day, after a seafood lunch, go on a drive to Syracuse, where you can explore ancient Greco-Roman ruins in the Parco Archeologico della Neapolis, as well as stroll along elegant Baroque streets in the Ortigia district, where you can enjoy a few drinks. And there, you can spend the night at one of the most luxurious hotels in the city, Hotel Gutkowski. On the second day of the tour, continue to Noto, the town that has one of Sicily's most beautiful streets, Corso Vittorio Emanuele, which is dotted with charming cafes and churches that give it a medieval feel. The moment you've digested the star of the show, turn inland to Modisa, a bustling town nestled deep inside a canyon, where you can explore its magnificent urban design. In this little town on the island of Sicily, that's famous for its chocolates, you are recommended to stock up before you push on over the rocky hinterland to Ragusa and its handsome historic center of Ragusa Ibla. And a great way to end your trip on a high note is to treat yourself to a wonderful dinner at the Ristorante Duomo, which is one of the best restaurants in all of Sicily. Number 3, the Amalfi Coast. On this white-knuckled drive along the Amalfi Coast, you will enjoy some of the most magnificent coastal scenery in Italy. It is a popular drive, so if you want to avoid traffic, it would be a good idea to come out of season. Continuing west from Salerno, the main southern gateway to the coast, you will arrive at Vietri sul Mare, a small town famous for its ceramics and the beginning of the actual coastal road. It is at this point that the driving becomes more challenging as the road narrows, the curves become tighter, and the views become more majestic as we proceed along the road. There are several ways to reach Amalfi, the main hub of the coast, after approximately 20 kilometers or 12 miles. If you stop here to see the landmark Cattedrale di Sant'Andrea, then you should head up to Ravello in the hills above the city. It is a great place to stop for lunch, perhaps the Ristorante Pizzeria Vittoria, and bask in the heady views that the lush gardens of the town have to offer. The next stop is Positano, a dreamy, nearly vertical town with colorful, steeply stacked houses cascading down the precipitous slopes of the steep hillsides. In the meantime, the route extends inland from Positano, up and down the hilly interior as it heads to Sorrento, a hotspot for tourists overlooking the dark, brooding mass of Mount Vesuvius across the bay from here. If you have another day to spare, you may choose to continue north to Naples via the ruins of Pompeii on your way. Number 4. The southern shore of Lake Como. With its alpine peaks and wooded hills that surround it, Lake Como, or Lake di Como in Italian, is one of Italy's most picturesque lakes. The best time of year to experience this leisurely one-day drive along the lake's southern shoreline, where elegant Art Nouveau villas and lush waterfront gardens line the lake's southern shoreline, is in the springtime when the area is bursting with color and vibrant with blossoms. Obviously, one of the best places to start is in the town of Como itself. As soon as you have explored the charming historic center and Villa Olmo, just a short drive away, take the perpendicular road up to Bellagio. In this charming lakeside village, you can take a walk around the grounds of the neoclassical Villa Melzi del Real and have lunch at Terrazza Barchetta, which is located adjacent to the village. As soon as you've recovered from your exertions, leave your car at the station and take the ferry to Tremezzo, where you can visit the 17th century Via Carlotta and its magnificent gardens. And once you have arrived back in Bellagio, you will need to pick up your wheels once again and begin heading southeast along the scenic lakeside road, down to Lecco and on to historic Bergamo, where you'll be able to rest up in style at the Hotel Piazza Vecchia. This is where the real beauty lies. Anyway, last but not least, number 5, Sardinia. It is difficult to believe that Sardinia, the second largest island in the Mediterranean, is a hidden gem that is waiting to be discovered. The island of Sardinia, which is renowned for its crystal clear waters, stunning beaches, and rugged landscape, is a great place to explore for those looking for an adventure away from the beaten track in Italy. There are many highlights to be found in Sardinia, but one of the highlights is its beaches. With a coastline of over 1,800 kilometers, the island has some of the most beautiful beaches in the world along many of its miles of coastline. It is safe to say that there are beaches for every type of traveler in this region, from the famous white sands of Costa Smeralda to the secluded coves of the Golfo di Orosei. If you are a fan of water sports, there are many options to choose from, including kiteboarding, surfing, and windsurfing. The only thing you need to know about Sardinia is that it is not all about the beaches. There are numerous ancient ruins and prehistoric sites scattered throughout the island's interior, as well as charming villages that have largely remained unaffected by modern development so far. As a visitor to Sardinia, you'll be able to explore the ancient stone structures, known as nuraghi, which date back to the Bronze Age, and learn about the rich history and culture of the island. Whether you're a nature lover or looking for a place where you can hike, bike, or rock climb, Sardinia's rugged landscape offers plenty of options. There are various terrain types on the island, from rocky cliffs to rolling hills, making it a great place for adventure seekers to explore. You can explore the Gennargentu National Park, home to a wide variety of birds and animals, or take a leisurely stroll through the charming town of Bosa, which is a wonderful destination for visitors. Last but not least, Sardinia is one of the best places in the world for foodies. This island's cuisine, which combines Italian, Spanish, and North African influences, gives it a unique taste that can't be found anywhere else. Whether you're in the mood for a simple but delicious pane carasau, Sardinian flatbread, or a hearty seafood stew known as burrida, there are certainly plenty of dishes to choose from. And of course, no trip to Sardinia is complete without sampling the local wine, including the famous Cananao, a red wine made from the Cananao grape. So these are some of the best places where you can visit in Italy that are worth visiting. It is no secret that traveling to Italy is a dream come true for many people, and it certainly was for me as well. And I will never forget the experience that I had. Whether it is the stunning architecture, the delicious food and wine, or the panoramic views, Italy is a feast for the senses. So, Which places have you been to before, and which ones are you planning to visit in the future? Tell us in the comments. And that's it for today's video. We hope you liked the video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, and for more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to press that bell icon. It's absolutely free. We'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, ciao.